I love it. Awesome. Awesome. Great. That's really good. Thank you, team. It gives me an idea of where we are and what you guys are up to. For me, there is no faster way to go from employment or job or what have you into business than speaking. Using speaking as an R&D tool, right? It's a thing that most of us don't even think about when we think of public speaking. We think public speaking is a thing that we do when we get an invitation to speak somewhere, right? It's as simple as that. And what will I talk about is the first thing that we ask ourselves. What will I teach them? And if you spend any time with me, you'll understand that that is the last thing that you should be thinking about when you think of putting together a presentation. It's the best research and development tool you'll ever have. If you want to research whether or not something's going to fly as a business, go out. How long does it take you to put together an hour-long presentation? I've got a process that helps you put it together in under an hour, right? Test the content. Test whether people like hearing you talk about that. If it's got legs, then maybe, just maybe, it's worth building the website. Maybe it's worth buying the business name. Maybe all of those. Do you see what I mean? If they're coming up to you afterwards with lots of questions and they're nodding in the right places, yes, it's worth doing. If not, all you wasted was a couple of hours of prep time, the hour of delivery, and you got a bit more confidence because you delivered a great talk. Do you guys get what I'm talking about? It's such like people say, oh, first thing you need to do is write a book. Do you know how long it took me to write my book? 4 years. And even then I had to have the help of an editor to get it done, right? But the content of that book was so easy. After I taught it about the seminar 18 times, it was really easy to put it into a book. Do you guys get the idea? So I think it is the best research and development tool out because you get instant feedback and people will tell you. Many of you have created great results in whatever it is that you do. You know, Sharon, I bet you're an awesome PR person. Maybe you can teach that thing, or if you've invested in property, you can teach that thing. There's things that you know how to do so easily you don't even rate them, that people would pay to hear from you about. Now, by the way, speaking is just self-employment unless you have IP that you package up and create products and stuff out of. So we're going to talk about a few of these different bits and pieces throughout the course of the day. I'll see how much I can squeeze in, but we've only got like an hour and a half together. If you like where we're going, I'm going to invite some of you to come and join me at my one-day training that the guys have already mentioned earlier, which I'd love to have you along. But I want to give you a flavor of it today so you can get a sense of, I wonder if that's the path for me. Would that be the thing that would help me kind of, take that next step? So there's this lovely quote from someone we all love in the UK, Monsieur Branson. There is no greater thing you can do with your life or your work than follow your passions in a way that serves the world and you. And I think this is really important because in my experience, people who shift into running their own business fall into one of two camps. Either they get all excited about going out and serving the world and they're broke, or they get all excited about going out and serving themselves and, they might make some good money, but it's not really we don't like them that much. So we want to recognize there are lots of great companies that have that beautiful blend of both, which is the kind of stand that you guys want to be taking. Actually, I see some of you guys taking photos and things. Please feel free to do that. I forgot to say, you can't even speak without sharing your social handles and things these days. Sorry, I'm not on Snapchat, but on Twitter, I'm Joanna Martin, and Facebook, my fan page is Dr. Joanna Martin. Little incentive to get connected with me. If you go and like me on Facebook and do a post to my page about what you learned tonight, I'll choose the most inspiring learning and I'll send you a prize. What prize will I send you? Okay, so I've got my book, The Presentation Profits Blueprint, right? I created a 30-day Blueprint in Action program, which is how you can add a new income stream to your business, or if you're in employment, you could start and earn money from speaking within 30 days if you follow that little recipe. I usually sell it for £697. Favorite post to my Facebook page at the end of tonight, I'll send it to you. Does that sound okay? Yeah. Does that incentivize you to go like and share what you're learning with me? That'd be good. Cool. So now you can continue taking your photos and learning and sharing. So here's the thing. Chris already asked you this actually. We're in tuned. What stopped you from making the next step in your career development? I'd like each of you to touch base on that. We heard from a couple of people earlier, but I want you to share on it because I want to get a sense of what's the thing that's holding you. Because some of you are moving. So it's like, what's stopping the acceleration? We heard time, we heard finance. What do you feel like that is? Because again, it gives me some more insight into how to position today. So please turn to your buddy and share what it is for you. What's holding you at your current trajectory? What's stopping you from going, bam, off you go? Thanks, Mrs. Moo.
The bam.
Bam! That's incredible. You're going to have to show me that now. Make sure you've both had a chance to share. All right, lovely. If you could finish up those conversations and come back to the big group. Thank you. Let me hear some of the things. So we've already heard time. I totally get it. Totally get the time thing. Interesting thing is the overwhelm never goes away, no matter how many zeros you have at your income and how many. I thought there'd be this magical number of staff that I'd get to, where I would finally have enough staff that I would never get overwhelmed. It still happens. It's just different things. You get overwhelmed because someone resigns, or you get overwhelmed because you realize you're 3 months late on your next hire, or all sorts of things, right? It never goes away. I don't think it's like the best we can do as entrepreneurs is get really great at always up-leveling our ability to handle stuff. So we've heard about time, we heard about finance. Was there anything else that came up as you were chatting just there? Yeah. What's your name? Afrin, nice to meet you.
Taking the first step.
First step. First step is the hardest, right? It's totally the hardest because you be comfortable? Comfortable where you are?
Not really.
Are you uncomfortably comfortable where you are?
Yes.
Does it feel, you hate it, but it's safe? Would that be a fair way of putting it?
Yes. A part of me loves it.
Yeah.
A part of me hates it. And I was just telling you, like, my boss is the worst.
Right, totally.
Can't get through.
Yeah. But that first step is hard. Who can relate to that? Who can relate? I can totally relate to that, right? I can totally relate to that. Anything else? Anything else that came up in your conversations that we haven't heard? Confidence. Okay, great. Yeah, great. Tell me about that.
Well, it's the confidence, like the first step, to have put your faith in doing it and having the confidence to actually sort of jump off the top board and do what you want to do.
Yeah, totally.
And you do everything around, everything possible, rather than jump off the top board because it's the confidence.
Yeah, don't you though? Like you check your emails really thoroughly and all of those sorts of things rather than take that first step. Wash, yes. Very clean washing, very healthy dog. Really haven't made that first call yet. Yeah, I can totally get that. Do you know, it's interesting because a lot of people look at me and hear my kind of career journey and go, wow, that's bold, that's courageous. Because the abridged version goes, medical student to doctor, left doctoring to go to drama school. Left drama school to start a coaching business, and within 2 years was speaking to audiences of 3,000 at a time and go, whoa, courageous. If I kind of let you in on the secret behind of it, I am the biggest scaredy cat in the whole wide world.